I have the perfect muffin recipe. It is soft, it is moist, and it is made with a very unexpected ingredient, applesauce. I've had this recipe for about 30 years, and it is the perfect muffin base. Sometimes I put blueberries in it, and sometimes I put chocolate chips in it. Most of all, I use apples and make the applesauce apple muffins. But today I'm going to make all three so that I can show you how versatile it is. I'm going to double the recipe so that I have enough to make the different variations that I need. And first we put in half a cup of butter, but since I'm doubling it, it will be 1 cup of butter. So we cream together the butter and the sugar and 2 eggs. That's it for the wet ingredients, and now I'm going to put together the dry ingredients. I already measured out my 4 cups of flour. It calls for a teaspoon of soda and a pinch of salt. And what I like to do is put my salt in my soda. I don't have a sifter. And so then I just kind of mix it together so it breaks up the baking soda and I don't get any of those surprise tart baking soda bites. And then I just sprinkle it into my flour mixture. Just stir this together, and then we're going to mix it into our wet ingredients. Easy squeezy. Because it is an applesauce muffin mix, I do like to put a little cinnamon in there. And I know I'm going to do the chocolate chips and I'm going to do the blueberries. So cinnamon is a great touch regardless of what your ingredients are. Generally, I tend to make the applesauce apple muffins, and I do use the cinnamon. But I'm going to use it with the chocolate, and I'm going to use it with the blueberries too, and I know it'll be fantastic. Just pour it in to taste, whatever you like. I just want a hint, so I'm not using too much. I love cinnamon. I use it a lot. I use it in my pancakes. So we're going to put it in just a small amount at a time, then I'll mix it in. I should have got out my KitchenAid. I'm not fond of mixing ingredients. I think I would cook more if I didn't have to mix. Like if I just had somebody who did the mixing for me. It's kind of getting hard to stir, and the applesauce adds a lot of the moisture to it. So I get it halfway stirred. I'm going to add the applesauce. Then I'm going to add more flour and more applesauce. It calls for 2 cups of applesauce. I'm going to put this recipe in the description as well, so you don't have to necessarily follow along and take notes. Ooh, I went a little big on that one. So I'll go a little short on the next one. And this will help it to mix a little better. See, there you go. Easing up. Smells good. This is a yummy fall type recipe, and I was going to save it for fall, but we're having like a rainy day today. And then I also thought, well, you know, fruity muffins, that's summer too. So here we go. I make it all year round. Well, I'm just going to butter the muffin tins, and I just glop it on there. And I use butter. I don't use Pam. I don't know why. Or vegetable spray or whatever. I've just never bought that. I've just always done it the old-fashioned way. Maybe because I'm older, I don't know. So I get a napkin and I just rub the butter on. I'm just gonna make a small amount for the chocolate chips because we should probably have a more fruity, healthier option. Not that it's a healthy muffin with all the butter that's in it. And then I'm gonna divide some up for the blueberries. And I'm gonna leave the most for the apples because I just love the applesauce flavor. It's so good. And I like to have them for breakfast too, or if I'm running late for work, I can just grab one and go. They're just perfect. I do the smaller muffins. They freeze really well. You can put them in a Ziploc bag in the freezer, and when you want one, just set it out and it'll unthaw really fast. Just put as many chips in as you want. I'm not going to do a ton, but look at my chips. See, I use a mixture. I use Ghirardelli, but I use the semi-sweet and the sweet, and sometimes the, oh, I don't know what they call it. I want to say bittersweet, but I don't think that's it. And then these little minis. I use these too. So I just put a mixture, and I do that when I make chocolate chip cookies or chocolate pancakes, my favorite. Chocolate chip pancakes, my favorite. We need to make those one day. If you haven't tried those are awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to mix it in. So it's just a muffin base. But I think what makes it so wonderful is the moisture. It just makes these really moist muffins. I just love it. And these will be our little treat muffins, our little chocolate chippers. Because I have frozen blueberries, and sometimes that blueberry dye can get all over the place. I'm just going to push my blueberries in. But if you have fresh ones, you can just mix them right in there, and they don't tend to do that. It's usually just the frozen ones. Yeah. I'm going to add my chocolate chippers. I'm just going to do one row of each for now. Here comes Lulu. Apples are like her favorite food. Do you want an apple, Lulu? Yeah. You'll have to wait till I'm all done, and then you'll get your treats. The apples are so yummy in these muffins. You get a bite and it's soft and oh, it's so good. I can hardly wait. If you like nuts too, this is the perfect time to add your walnuts or almonds or whatever you like. I think walnuts goes the best with apples. But I'm ready to put it in. It's pretty chunky, but they are good when they're chunky. It may look funny, but you can cut them finer if you like them finer. However you like them. Yeah. Yummy. Okay, they're ready to go in the oven. I set it at 350. And now it's time for Lulu's treat. Come on, Lulu, get your apple. Num nums. Oh, yummy, yummy. Oh, they're coming right out. Look at that. Those look so good. Look at the yummy chunks of apple. Mmm. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, they are done. They are lovely and chunky. Look at this beautiful apple one with all of the apple chunks in there. I can hardly wait to take a bite of that. And then these are our chocolate chips. They turned out beautiful too. And the blueberry muffins. I do wish I would have used fresh blueberries to get a little less of the staining, but who cares? They're gonna be wonderful. So I can hardly wait to dive in. And I'm gonna go with this perfect homemade looking muffin. Oh, yummy. Okay, so look, you can see the apple inside, and I'm just gonna take a bite of that yummy piece right there. It's so good. You know what it reminds me of? Apple pie. So good with the big chunks of apple. You do it either way. You can cut them smaller. I just like the big chunks, and I think that's why, because it reminds me of apple pie. It's really good. The apple's my favorite though. So tried and true. Applesauce, apples. Perfect. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed making applesauce muffins with me. And I hope that you venture out and give it a try for yourself. They're wonderful. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.